This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this news comes from Wolverhampton in the West Midlands. I went to the scene of the murder on Eastfield Grove, just off Eastfield Road, today, and a male in his 20s was found shot dead yesterday at 3:30 p.m. This was during the school run, and I was speaking to neighbours, and they were literally going to pick up their kids at the time, and the police cordoned off the whole street after shots were fired, and the victim is believed to have been in the street when his body was found. The investigation is in the early stages, but they were asking people to avoid the area, and police were in a high visibility patrol and reassuring the local public about what was occurring. They believe this was a targeted attack, so the man who was yet to be identified, they believe, was the victim and was the only intended victim of this shooting. And sadly, he passed away at the scene. As you can see from the crime scene footage, there was two cordons in place, one that was at the beginning of Eastfield Road, and it went all the way up to the other side that included the Grove as well, and there was a tent erected in the street, and this is where he's believed to have died, and the body was found, as witnesses have told me at the scene. They believe that the incident took place inside the Grove, so it's not known whether he made his way from the Grove to the street, but for some reason the tent is located around the Eastfield Road area, and there was a lot of police officers investigating. So I want to send my condolences to the family, and we'll definitely keep you updated on the identity of this man and anything to do with this story. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow to stay updated on the latest news. Next story, we go to Stockwell in London, where a 16-year-old boy was shot dead on Paradise Road in Clapham, southwest London. This was near a housing estate, and there was video footage that was taken by Dave Nathan. Thank you to him for the footage from the scene, which shows the helicopter leaving the scene. Detectives investigating the murder of the boy have named him as Nathaniel Burrell from Stockwell, and he sadly died at the scene following the shooting, and he was confirmed to be 16 years old. Police are now asking for the public to help them in relation to the case. Police were alerted at 3:20 on the 4th of March to reports of a shooting at Paradise Road, SW4, and they attended with the emergency services. The air ambulance and the London Ambulance Service treated Nathaniel at the scene, but despite their efforts, he died. His family have been supported by specially trained police. The investigation is being led by the homicide team. Detective Chief Inspector Sarah Lee said, "This is a horrendous crime which has shocked the local community and beyond, and our thoughts are with Nathaniel's family and friends at this devastating time. Our investigation continues at pace, and we are examining CCTV and collecting witness statements." No arrests have been made at this time, but there is a large cordon in the local housing estate, and there is police dogs that are actually working to try to gather evidence, as we've filmed from the crime scene. And this is a very dense housing estate. In some other footage as well from Stockwell Station, forensics can be seen gathering evidence potentially from the escalators. This is part of the investigation connected to the murder. So I really appreciate you joining me for these two breaking news stories, and we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with these fast progressing cases. In this next story, coming from Metropolitan Police also, a serial rapist who drugged and raped a number of women both in the UK and China has been convicted, following one of what the police described as a very complex investigation. Zhenhao Zou, 28 years old, from Elephant and Castle, was convicted on Wednesday the 5th of March, and he was found guilty of 28 offences that included 11 counts of rape against 10 different women. Police also discovered spy cameras around his apartment, and a jury found Zou guilty after a 5.5-year trial at Inner London Crown Court. He'll be sentenced on Thursday the 19th of June. Following the conclusion of the court's proceedings, detectives shared what they believe was the scale of Zou's offending, and it may have been much wider, and there was a direct appeal for any survivors who have not yet been in touch with the police. Detectives believe they identified 2 victims. 8 of the women who Zou was convicted of were unidentified. Beyond this, detectives believe there may be 50 other women who may have been victims of Zou. Zou is originally from China, and it is believed that he lived in the UK since 2017. Before his arrest in January 2024, Zou was a student at University College London since 2019, and prior to that he studied at Queen's University in Belfast. Zou met women online using dating apps and invited them to his home under the guise of studying or having having drinks. Police established that he invited women back to his address, one in central London and another address in Elephant and Castle. Once inside, he would offer them a drink. This contained a substance believed to be GHB. This would leave the victim drifting in and out of consciousness, and while unconscious, he filmed himself as he raped and sexually assaulted them. Zou also kept items from the survivors, such as jewellery and also clothing. After one of his victims came forward to report him, police searched his home and found the drugs, the GHB and also ketamine, as well as a number of hidden cameras. They also seized a number of laptops and mobile phones, which later uncovered the scale of his offending. The police downloaded the digital devices, amounting to 6.5 trillion bytes of data, and this included 9 million WeChat messages. Met investigators spent months trawling through the messages to understand his pattern of offending, and they said it was very painstaking translating them into English from simplified Chinese. They also watched hundreds of videos stored on his device that appeared to show him women and also sexually assaulting women. It was after the analysis of the graphic and disturbing material that it became apparent that he only committed offences in London, but he'd also committed offences in China. During the trial, the police were assisted by the Chinese Ministry of Public Security, who helped to facilitate one of the victims who gave evidence against Zou. As part of the investigation, the Met Police have been supported by the Crown Prosecution Service and also the Commonwealth and Development Office. Commander Kevin Southworth from the Metropolitan Police said Zou was a dangerous and prolific sexual predator. He manipulated and drugged women in order to prey on them in the most cowardly way. I'd like to acknowledge the two women who came forward and gave their evidence in court, and their courage and resilience has been unwavering. We are determined to support all the victims, and we are now asking for any women that believe they may have concerns about Zou to come forward and talk to us. They want to reassure these women that they are not alone and can seek support and also guidance. So I really look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on that story and the other stories featured in today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.